Penny?
Two main reasons. One is just connection. I love people and I love connecting to people, and I think that's why I'm typically drawn to sales, because you're working with people all the time. And to really flesh out, as I'm growing my business, what it is that's unique about me and where I can focus, because I feel like I've done so many things, and it's like, okay, if you focus your efforts, you can be really, really good, an expert at one thing versus like mediocre at a bunch of things. So figuring out how to get paid to do something I love really well.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely resonate with that. One of the biggest things that Mel focuses on is really helping you stay on one thing. Don't focus on 10 things at once, just because when you do that, you're partitioning your focus, and rather than getting 100% of one thing, you're actually getting less than 10% on each of the 10 things, because there's time between transitions. So focus on one thing, get your team out there doing the rest. All of you know Steve Jobs, and he recruited the guy from Pepsi, I can't remember his name, Shuley? Yeah, who then eventually fired Steve Jobs and then begged him to come back. And he begged him to come back because they had 319, somewhere around that, products. And when you have 319 products and basically 10 teams working on 319 products, you're not going to have a very focused team. So they're not going to be promoting you properly. They're not going to be really creating any material that's going to build your business. And so really what he said was, okay, he came in and he took out all but 10 products and said, okay, we're going to have one team for each product. That team, their sole purpose is to promote it, is to get it positioned in the market, and is to make the company profitable from each one of that. And that's one of the things that we keep as a distinction, is focus on one thing. And you can have multiple products, but only focusing on one thing, being yourself, and then having the rest of your team doing another one. And it's actually, first for the direct marketers, I know somebody who's an ACN, and he solely focuses on their energy. And he is their top producer for energy. He has multi-million-dollar clients. He basically has multiple corporate clients. So I know you guys all have multiple products. Leading with one, I know you lead with your coffee, which is good. So you could lead with the party, and then have one of your other team members lead with, yeah, each one is a little bit different.
Whatever applies to that person.
That's segmenting it.
Well, I'm going to talk to them for a second and then only talk about the one product that they're in need.
So if you let them know that, look, we have this amazing tea, then you might get you have more potential to get more sales. So it's not that you're not going to sell them the rest. It's just telling them what the first thing is, and it's a great way to keep your focus. So, Arthur.
There's a lot. So let's see. I need to focus. I'll try to focus on
If you didn't know, what would it be?
cleaning up my speech that I tell everyone. Get it down to a clean 10-minute, summary of everything I do, and have an effective 10-minute speech that I would give to a person.
We're going to clear his message up.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll help you with that at the Entrepreneur Revolution. Definitely.
Can't wait, dude. You're going to die.
Oh,
In a good
no.
way. You're going to die and then be reborn.
Being reborn, yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
In a Phoenix rubber bag.
Me personally, the majority of my team is not anywhere near San Diego. They're not really even in this country. And so I'm personally just going out. I mean, I obviously want to learn as much as my brain can take for the day. That's why I'm here again. But I really am just looking to expand locally, so I have people to work with in person, except for my boy Arthur here and a couple others. And I want to get off the computer so much. I'm always on Skypes and Ubuntu and Google Plus. for the craziest hours. For Australia, like I'm literally up at like 4 in the morning for these guys. But yeah, I'm taking over San Diego. That's the goal.
Nice. Cool. All right, awesome. So we all have our intentions. I want you to mastermind and choose 2 new partners. So 2 people that you have not worked with yet. And I want you to come up with 3 ways that you can promote yourself. Specifically with whether it's, you can use some of these, but think of new ways that you're not doing so. And if you need to look up companies that do or teams that do what you do and figure out what they're doing to promote themselves, that's okay. And then after that, you can put your phone away. And we'll take the next 5 minutes to go ahead and mastermind with that.
So 3 ways.
If you want to join, we'll have a group of 4 here. I think, or yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, or you can join here, whichever way is fine. Whichever one you want to do is fine.
Networking, that's always a big deal.
I think we have. Oh, got it.
Smell some more willpower. You're the man. Oh. You are fucking awesome.
You've seen that video?
No, it's on your phone. It's like vibrating. And you're the one who gave the housekeeping rules. Your phone is like, turn it off.
That's
Volume.
me.
It's like putting my hand on the facial thing. Or take it off of vibrators.
Aww.
Did your girl? Aww.
She thinks I'm still in. She thinks I'm in OC.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was planning on going up there today, which I didn't make it.
Does
Obviously.
she know that you're gonna be speaking here?
She does, sort of. I guess she forgot.
Okay, you're welcome to join.
I did. Yeah, if you want to scoot in so we can have a little bit more of a community interaction.
So far, you're doing good.
Thank you.
See what?
What else can I improve?
This is good. More milk.
More milk.
More ER and free frames. And like, did you get any value and blah blah blah? But this is really good.
No.
Oh, and you're coaching too. Yeah, see that.
Okay. Thank you.
Like, yeah. You know, like you could come from, you could learn this from the ER, but the thing is, you know, you're unaccountable. They learn it, and you hold them accountable. Which is really good. And when you have someone to blah, 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 that's good.
Oh, because we got back at 7:15.
Yeah, and we ended at 7:20, so we got 10 minutes, which is not bad.
It's okay. Yeah.
So, 3 more minutes. Then the rest is less exercise, so we can, unless there's no more way to, like, no more things to say, like exercise.
Yeah.
Can you see that from over there? Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure that. Feel more power.
Mm.
You're doing good. And speak to the back of the room. That way it's a lot.
Thank you. That's good.
So far? Yeah. That's just my style.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, is it not?
It's on. I turned it on.
By the way, it's the volume's only from here. The volume's only from here.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and take all the time that you need to finish up in the next 60 seconds. You have all the time you need in the next 60 seconds to finish up.
We have a mind like that, right? Focus more on the goal and the benefit and then we have less on the plan.
All right, everybody, you have all the time you need to finish up in the next 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. All right, face back up here. You can either stay where you are or... All right, I want to hear from some of you. I know all of you got a lot of great value. You got a lot of great insights. And each one of you have some golden nuggets that you can share, and I'll put up here, and each one of you can use those same nuggets to promote your business in different ways that you might not have thought about. So why don't we go around the room? We'll start up here. Brett. Just share the top one we'll just go with one each.
Establishing, this is kind of a common theme with our companies in the network marketing business, but doing, when you're doing business mentor interviews, whatever, meeting prospects, meeting potential business, you find out, and Jay pointed out a good way to do it was to find out their values, their needs, and their whys before you even tell them about your product or your business.
Perfect.
I mean, they're gonna know, they're gonna know about the business.
Mhm.
You know, they're gonna know I'm in the coffee industry.
Yeah.
But before I pitch them the business, you got to find out what their needs are.
Mhm.
Are they going to be a retail customer? Are they going to be a distributor? Do they want to build a business? Do they need to build a business?
Maybe just consume the product.
Yeah. So
And
we have programs for whatever they want. So you know we can go from there. It's not like don't just broadscape everything up front, because then you're just going to scare them away.
That's right. So promotion is very specific, and knowing when you can get people's values and find out where they are and get them to say, okay, this is what I want, before you ever give them a promotion for their promotional materials that you want them to have, you can target them and get them to be interested in buying your products or services before you've really given them your full presentation. So that's a really great insight, and actually help entrepreneurs with that through my mentorship as well. And I learned a lot of the skills that Jake and Laura here learned through the advanced courses that Mel teaches, and he's really amazing at what he does, and so you'll be able to learn a lot. Yeah.
Anybody like that guy?
Jake, what's your insight on promotions?
Honestly, the power of referrals.
Okay.
I've been always just going out and getting my own, and figured I just had that limiting belief that only people in my business are the ones I get. And you spelled that a little wrong.
I know.
So.
I figured that out. The pen moved itself incorrectly.
I like that word, Ferraris. Or refer us. That's pretty good.
Ferraris, right? That I'm looking at this sign over here. It's like, huh.
But yeah, it's already establishing the rapport and the trust that I'm looking for in my clients, and I've never really even sought them out and didn't really notice it until the week before Launch Mine 2. Sat down and this guy just looked over. I mean, he noticed I was still pursuing the business, obviously, and he was just like, you know what, not only does my little brother need to meet you, but I've got a couple friends that just need to sit down and talk to you. And he already knows where they're at, what they're looking for, and he's just been telling me that. So I already got what I'm going to say to them locked down, and
Nice.
it helps a lot.
So one key distinction with referrals, and this is something that I drill into my clients, is get paid either by the person that you're referring or from the person that you're getting referred, giving the referral to. So either the person who's buying or the person who's selling. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. It's not always going to happen. Some types of payments are reputation and relationship, that it's going to be back and forth all the time. You know, it might just be like an awesome lunch.
Or maybe some free burgers.
Yeah. Yeah. And
She's a gold mine, I was telling her.
so, you know, and it's not something that you expect, but it's something that is just, it's a really good thing for business. So great. Arthur.
Going back to the basics, we're basically just creating a simple flyer to promote yourself, your new business, or in our case, we promote a meeting in the area that's coming up.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, simple flyer.
So get with Chris and Christine, and they'll help you design your flyer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alright.
Penny.
So I'm kind of familiar with some Laura because we both discussed this one, but writing and leading seminars. So putting yourself as an expert so people look to you for knowledge.
Perfect. I am going to go. By the way, does anybody know why you use different colors? It actually allows your unconscious mind to capture it as a picture. So if you're writing notes, we don't have 4-colored pens here, but you'll all get one when you come through our advanced courses. Laura.
Unique sources of marketing. For example, one of the nice things that Penny got to do is she didn't train for a triathlon. She just went out and did one. And she put her business on the back of her shirt.
Nice. So that's. I'm not really sure.
Some people do it with,
What was
stickers
that?
on their car.
I'm paraphrasing what you said, is like a clothing
Yeah. Okay.
or walking billboard.
Yeah, the walking.
Okay. Billboard.
Realtors do that, right? With the signs on their cars. The big billboard.
Yeah. Car signs. Yeah. That's a good. Yeah. Perfect. Rachel. And if we could all focus up here. Thank you, Rachel.
It's finding out where the clients are.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if you're a lion and finding out where the gazelle are hanging out at the little pond. Over there.
So.
I'll give you an example.
Like
When I was
coffee
in my marketing
shops.
Company, I soloed out that, and I did promotional products and all that kind of stuff. So what was the company that did, who would take advantage of that? And this is a long time ago. One of my businesses. So I isolated what was my biggest bang for my buck, and it was healthcare companies. So I went online. They didn't have online then. As I found out a publication, and they had monthly meetings for healthcare providers.
Mhm.
And I showed up, and I was the only marketing company that was there.
Wow.
So basically, I sat there and I was an order taker, and they were waiting in line as I took order after order. So I
That's.
figured it out. I isolated it. I gave them what they wanted, and I over-delivered.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just finding out that, number one, what is the best bang for your buck, and then finding out if you're the lion, where is the gazelle, like sipping, in a very, what do you call it?
Comfortable?
Thank you, in a very comfortable environment. Exactly.
Is there a term for that? Would it be called like your ideal client? I mean, I'm just asking, so I don't know if there's
Is there a term for
corporate
that?
jargon. Yeah, like, is it like your
Yes,
ideal
Yeah.
client?
It's
or
your target market.
It's your target market.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's your target market, it's also your, demographics.
Yeah.
Good radio also, because knowing exactly what your demographics is.
So
who
how
it is.
smart to narrow it down to the healthcare? That's like super targeted.
The-
Well, yeah, I just figured out who used it more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for like other people who are gonna, you isolated yours as people who work out, or,
Yeah.
it's
The
finding
more
out
focused you
who-
get, the better.
Find out who it is, it's the gazelles, and where they go sip water? Where are they hanging out? You know?
In our business, it's about who to talk to, what to say, and when to talk to them, right? So, a prime example of that in our case is the for sale by owners and the expired listings, right? So folks that think that they don't need to hire a realtor, perfect opportunity for me to talk to them. They're basically saying, yeah, I'd like to sell my home, okay? Or folks that tried to sell their home but couldn't, right? So-called expired listings, right? So, same kind of concept. Knowing who to talk to, when to talk to them, what to say. And all of our businesses have that, right? You just have to start to really drill down and define that more and more clearly.
So to paraphrase that, the I don't need help people.
I was just kind of piggybacking off what Rachel was talking about in terms of, finding the gazelles that are resting and just they're running their business. But if you showed up, then you would stand out, and either you could just immediately help them, or in the case of the lion, devour them, and you right, and
Yeah.
that would be great for your business. Is just to know who to talk to, where they hang out, and that they're receptive to you at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know about the don't need help people. Yeah, I don't know. Is that some of our businesses have that where people are saying they don't need this because they already have it or know how to do it themselves, but maybe they're available.
Yeah.
They can, she's not here anymore, but I'm thinking in the software programming arena, there's in-house IT departments. Oh, we don't need to hire you because we have our own.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't need help with software development. No, we don't. Oh, I see. Interesting. Explain, then you could draw them out more about that. What's the benefit of doing it the way they do it? What are the challenges? You get to the values questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you were to hire someone outsourced, under what circumstances would you do that?
Yep. Great insight. Thank you. Did you have any other places that you were thinking of that?
Yeah, like for me, I think Rachel just mentioned, it's a similar, jump off point is kind of a combination. I'd like to run one or more events as an educational opportunity, right? Sometimes it's marketing and promotion, but tonight I hope I shared something with you that was designed to be educational, right? And I would like to do more of that type of because I love to teach, and I kind of have a knack for it, I think. So I'd like to let that be important. So I don't know maybe I need to think more about who I could talk to and what I could teach them, and where do they drink from the pond, so I can show up and put on that dog and pony show.
Could I say, as far as where the pond's at, I would say network marketers, for the people that are just even getting started, because they lead to the higher end network marketers that are looking for houses.
Okay.
Definitely have some resources
Great
for you.
suggestion.
And
Right.
entrepreneurs in general,
Yeah.
there's a lot of incubators that are popping up for people to go find business space. But if there were smaller business spaces where people could share out, like source out,
So they have like
different-
specific real estate needs because of what you're talking about?
Exactly,
Because then I
commercial.
could send these guys to, even to an event, so they know where they're, because these guys, my bro had just got an $8 million mansion in Poway, and he was just looking, he was constantly just looking. If I could send these guys to maybe an event where they would find all about the real estate investment they're about to make,
Yeah.
it would help them a lot.
Wonderful idea.
A
Thank you.
natural funnel.
People?
I'm just thinking that sometimes the appointment setting companies, those who set the appointment, for business like mine, I think that might be the right choice. I'm not sure, but I'm just thinking of using that kind of service. And the referral, that works for these people for us. Because when somebody is referring us to the other company, the 50% job is done, and then maybe just finish the rest of the 50%.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty
That's-
sophisticated in what you do. I would think that you would get referrals from other IT people.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah. You're sophisticated in what you do.
Definitely. That's a really great way to do it. And you can get VAs from the Philippines starting at like $4 an hour, all the way up to people here in the U.S. for, well, it doesn't, the cap doesn't stop, but It's a virtual assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's they're appointment setters. They pick up the phone. They send out emails for you. They manage social media, things like that. They're really great. I recommend the higher priced ones. You can always go onto Fiverr.com if you need just need something brief done. They can do phone calls for you, things like that.
Fiverr?
Fiverr.com. VERR.com.
Fun website for all your little,
FIVE.
lots of fun little stuff.
Yeah.
For a logo, I mean, it goes on and on, and things that folks will do for $5.
Yeah. Fiverr.
Okay, Fiverr.com.
Okay, it's a resource.
Yeah, that's an amazing resource that
Okay.
you can get, and we'll actually go. I'm going to explain a little bit more some of the other uses for Fiverr. That's for people.
Sometimes I feel that it's better rather than just doing all this homework and finding someone. Instead of that, we can find a company, and then company can just charge per appointment. So sometimes it works that will just reduce the pain on our side. It might cost a little bit more or a lot more, but might be more productive.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And I know that a lot of the ones that I've looked at, they do charge hourly. So if you find one, please, you'll have my email at the end. I've been looking for ones that will do based on the appointments. I know like Laura can help with certain things like that for specific industries. She can help you get interactions and get emails to them to where they're going to set appointments. And they can click through and you can do that where it's similar, but it's not going to be, it's specific industries, things like that. And so Laura is a really great resource for that.
Yeah, in the past, because my partner, together, we used the service in Irvine, and they were charging something close to $300, $350 per appointment. So we just give the requirement, this would be the budget, and we just find the right companies and just give the list to us.
And I'm glad that you just got that golden nugget, Laura.
Thing.
You're like $350 per appointment.
You've been pushing me to raise my rates.
Yeah. Awesome. So we're going to go to the next section, which a couple of you have put up. I put this in pink here to look at what the next section is, which is positioning. Each of you are experts. And some of you may, we get the question, and this is something that Mel talks about, is a lot of people say, hey, look, I don't feel like I'm an expert. And I have the same distinction that Mel does, that if you've read one more book than the person that you're helping, then you're more of an expert than they are, and you can help them. So, you can always position yourself as somebody who has more knowledge and more information on anything that you do. And it's a really great way if you love doing something and you have even just a little bit more knowledge in them, you can charge for that knowledge. So there's a lot of different ways to position yourself as an expert. What are some ways that you can position yourself?
Seminars.
Okay, perfect. That was up there. Speaking. What are some other ways?
Writing.
Yep, writing a book. You can also write, what are other things that you can write? Blogs, good. Newsletters.
What about getting certified as an expert?
You can get certified as an expert and get 15 certifications. 15 certifications. There's a lot of different things. You can speak on a radio show. How many of you want to speak on a radio show? And then record it. And how many of you want to be able to create? Do we have any of the interviews? Can I? Are they in the car? You want to grab one of those? Thank you. So one of the things that you can do is get interviewed. Mel's awesome. The first interview he did was with his brother.
That's right.
The second interview he did was with his brother. The third interview he did was with his brother, and then he called up NBC and said, "Hey, I've been interviewed these, 3 times." do you want to interview me now? They're like, sure, you must be an expert.
So funny.
So, you know,
So funny.
what can who do you have who has a video or a recorder? I recommend videotaping it. You can splice the audio off. You can put the video on YouTube. You can put the video on a DVD. You can give that out as your business card. You can put the audio. It turns into a capture page, so you can position yourself, and then back to promotion, so promoting yourself and positioning yourself as an expert. All of those are different ways that you can use video and audio interviews and panels, just talking about really any subject, anything that you have knowledge on. Back to the thing that Mel teaches: learn, do, and teach. If you learn something and you love the concept and you want to get really good at it, make a video about it and then post it up, in small snippets. You obviously keep in mind copyright laws, different things like that. Awesome. So this is the interview that Mel did. It's on NBC Talk Radio. It was on ABC Talk Radio, Fox News, MTV, CBS. A whole bunch of different places have had this aired. And this was a huge promotional tool for him. And it positioned him as an expert as well. So creating something like this, where you can make this and say, hey, look, this is my business card. You can, it's an awesome business card. People are like, wow, where do I sign up? I haven't even listened to it yet, but I'm ready to sign up. And we have people who've done that. And this is just one of the tools that you can use. So going back to Fiverr, if you look up getting interviewed on Fiverr, you can get a 15-minute interview on a radio show for $5, and they send you the download. So just one way you can position yourself as an expert.
Sorry, what did you say? Around 5 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
For $5.
15 minutes for $5. Yeah. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but time, but it's just, hey, look, I've been interviewed. You send the gal the questions. And actually, for you, Rachel, she has a LBG, lesbian LBGT.
LGBT.
Thank you. Radio show.
Oh, she does? Okay.
And so she'll do specific talks if it has to do with those, and she'll do hour-longs for that.
Oh, cool.
So really great resource for you.
You say she, who's she?
The gal on Fiverr.
Okay.
You just have to look up, interview, I think. Interview on Fiverr. It's a phone call. And they record it, they download it, then they upload it to their database.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I'll check it out.
So, Blog Talk Radio. There are thousands actually of blog radio shows where people, they listen in on a weekly basis, they download.